Hello again, it's Monster Forge here with another cheap toy review, and this time it's the reissue Kenner slash Hasbro Beast Wars. I think this is a Scout class, Iguanus. Um, Iguanus. Yeah, this is one of the figures that let's see, get you back closer up here. This is one of the figures that was available in the original Beast Wars line back in the 90s. I don't remember exactly what year, but this is a reissue. They started doing these a few years ago, and I've got a few of them. I got Optimus Primal, I got Megatron, I've got Tigatron, and Pterosaur, and now I have Iguanus. And Iguanus is a figure I wanted back in the day, but I never did get him. But I figured I would unbox him and we can take a look at him together for the first time, because I never had this guy. It'll be a learning experience because I've never transformed him. So we'll see how that goes. One of the things about the old Beast Wars figures is most of them had like a spring-loaded mechanism to transform them, kind of auto transform them, and this is no different. It's got like a lever that goes through the whole body that kind of switches his parts around. But anyway, let's take a look at the actual character of Iguanus, and let's see. Yeah, Iguanus, he's a Predacon, one of the bad guys. Iguanus function: demolitions, a lizard unlike any other. His internal intelligence processors are specifically programmed for combat sabotage. He has a strength of 5.0, intelligence of 8.0, speed of 7.0, and firepower of 6. So he's supposed to be a kind of smart guy. His secret weapon location is inside the tail. So that was kind of a common thing with most of the Beast Wars figures, was their weapons were stored in their body somewhere, and usually it was a body part, like a leg of the animal or the tail or something like that. So we'll take a look at that. But let's get into the package. I don't really care about preserving the package at all. Neat artwork, though. That was typical with the old Beast Wars line. They had some pretty cool artwork. And one of the cool things was every one of them had the big like reptile eye, and considering the coloring on it, I would imagine the reptile eye was probably pterosaur. I don't know, maybe. It doesn't have green spots, so maybe not. But anyway, we'll keep this to refer to the instructions, because they didn't. These like this, the Scout class. I think it was Scout class. I'm not completely sure, but I think that was what they called them at this point. I know in Transformers there was a Scout class, and I think Beast Wars was the same way. Just a couple of little rubber bands to hold him in, and here's the figure out of the package. Let's see. Let's get him positioned a little bit with his little legs. Little leggies. Oh, cool. And oh, his hind legs are kind of, is he supposed to be like this? His hind legs don't really move much. He's got his little frill. Does the mouth open? Yeah, he's got a mouth that opens. Oh, like maybe it, okay, it doesn't want to stay in place. Seems like I kind of popped it loose. That's one thing that I've found with these reissues. Several of them have really bad quality control. I I know that my Megatron and my Optimus Primal both are kind of a little on the flimsy side. So, you know, if you can get these figures, like the reissue figures, don't pay a lot for them because they're not the quality of the originals. But he's supposed to be, I know he's called Iguanus, but he's supposed to be like a frilled lizard. Pretty cool. I mean, I like the coloring on him and everything. He's got kind of a neat that mouth is pain in the butt. I really wish it would stay closed, but anyway, so I'm gonna transform him for the first time ever, because like I said, I never had this figure. So you lift up his tail. Oh, okay, all right. So you lift up his tail and it automorphs his body, and ta-da, he's transformed pretty much. So you flip out his feet, and do these flip into the back, or what shows them flipping around to the, it shows them flipping around to the back, but oh, really? Ah, yep. See, this happens a lot of times with these figures. Is it going to flip around, or that kind of sucks? Yeah, but the leg popped off, and you know, even with the originals, the limbs did pop off a good bit. Now, did this one? Oh, okay. So it just flips around and kind of tabs in the back there. So they kind of hide, and this one's really loose. Disappointing. Anyway, let's see. It says to fold his arms down like this. Does the tail just kind of, oh, so the tail can fold down like that. He's got a cool face. Oh, okay, there you go. The feet fold up and you get his hands, and there's his feet, and there's the figure. His head? His head's on a ball joint, but it's like the ball joint's really tight and kind of stuck. But yeah, he's kind of cool looking. He's a little floopy doopy, and one of his legs is really loose, like super loosey goosey, and anyway, I'm glad I didn't like some of the ones at Ollie's were marked $5.99, and some of them were marked $9.99, and I had balked on getting this guy for $9.99. And when I saw they had some of them for $6.99 the other day, or $5.99, I was like, okay, cool, I'll try it out. Glad I didn't pay $10 for this guy, because he's kind of floopy doopy. This hip wants to come off. Just moving it makes it want to come off. The leg is super floppy and won't peg into place. Anyway, okay, now he's got his weapon. Weapon is, does it just like pop off of the thing? Oh, that's going to be a quality issue, or that's going to be an issue down the line. That thing just kind of is supposed to pop off. Okay, yeah, well, that's not good. Anyway, it's got a handle, and oh, there we go. There's his gun, and he holds it. Okay. There we go. He holds it. Yeah, he holds it pretty securely. And there's his gun. And yeah, I mean he's all right. Nothing really to write home about per se. Let's bring this down a little bit so we can take a look at him. Yeah. So yeah, he's okay. That's bad. That's really bad. I mean, I might can tighten that up with some, I don't even know if floor polish is going to tighten that thing up or not. I might have to stuff like a I don't know what I'd really do. He's just gonna sit on a shelf anyway. I don't see myself flipping him back and forth a whole lot because he's kind of a little bit of a floppy mess. Let's see. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Sorry for the shaky camera. And get the package out of the way, and so we have Iguanus, and he stands okay. The cool thing about ball joints on the figures, that was kind of a new thing when Beast Wars came around back in the day, because they had done did I say Machine Wars? Beast Wars. Machine Wars, I think what was the name of the line. There was a line of Transformers that came out after G2, and they were little smaller Transformers, and a lot of them had ball joints. And it was kind of like the first time that Transformers really had pretty decent articulation. And it went on hiatus. This one's already like the toy lines. Transformers kind of, yeah, don't get this thing for anything more than like $5 or $6. Anyway, they went on hiatus for a little while, and when they came back from like vehicle Transformers, it was the Beast ones, the ones that turned into animals, and it was a fun time. It was the 90s, and they had a lot of cool, crazy colors, and they were just fun figures, and they had ball joints. So for the first time, and like they were extensively ball jointed figures, like most of the articulation on the smaller figures at least were ball joints, and it made for some fun posing time. But they got flimsy. A lot of old Beast Wars figures that I've found on the secondary market are floppy as all get out. Now, I just wanted to kind of have a little comparison here. Here he is with one of my favorite Beast Wars characters and figures. This is another reissue. This is the Pterosaur, which I love Pterosaur in the cartoon. He's kind of a slimy, weaselly, air raid type of guy. And you can see he's also I don't remember if these were basics or scouts or whatever. I want to say they were scouts. He's not wanting to stand right now, but there we go. Got him standing. And they're roughly the same size. Both of these are reissues, and the quality on this guy is better than this guy. I don't know why, but this one, the joints are a lot tighter, and also the plastic feels a little bit better. The plastic on this feels like a bootleg toy. I mean, it feels just like a bootleg toy you would pick up at like a dollar store. It's really bad. The quality on that is really bad. And the only other reissue Predacon that I have is, of course, the man himself. Are you going to stand too? Come on, man. You're better than this. Oh, man. Now we're having problems with everybody standing. Okay. But that's Megatron with the boys. And Megatron's a nice figure. He was a reissue, and he cost a good bit more, but honestly, like, the quality on all of these reissues is nowhere near the originals. The originals were nice. The reissues are kind of and the sad part was the plastic quality is not that great. The engineer, or like the not engineering, but like the quality of the mechanisms and all of them, they're just not where they were originally. But they're kind of expensive if you bought them at retail. Like these guys, the basics or scout class, they were like 16 or 17 or $18, something like that range, and they're just not worth that. The deluxes were even worse. I remember, like, I saw, like, Tigatron. I never got the Tigatron until I found him a lot cheaper. on clearance. But the Tigatron was like 20 something bucks. He was like 26 bucks or something like that, 25, 26 bucks. And the Megatron reissue, as well as the Optimus Primal, they were, I want to say they were like 40 or 50, something like that. Just ridiculous. Now it's a big figure and it's got a lot of cool mechanisms and stuff, but it, for the quality of the figure, like the quality of the plastic and everything, and it just, to me, it just wasn't worth it. But I wound up getting, they put them on deep clearance because nobody was buying them. Like they just were sitting there just littering the shelves. And I got Megatron here for like, I want to say I got him for like 10 bucks. And Optimus Primal, I got him for the same price. So, yay. I wouldn't pay much more than that for it. But really, we're here to talk about Iguanus right now. It's kind of just a general review of like the reissue series of the Beast Wars stuff. They really cheaped out on this guy. Like I said, the plastic feels just flimsy, sort of waxy feeling, like bootlegs. I mean, I've got some bootleg toys. Of course, I don't have any of them nearby, but I've got some bootleg, like Transformers type toys, or just transforming robots that feel the same quality as this. So, yeah. I mean, I'm glad to have him just kind of to sit on the shelf, but I mean, look at this. It's awful. So he's going to sit on the shelf because I always wanted an Iguanus. And now I have one, but he's just going to hang out with Pterosaur on a shelf and stuff like that. So, yeah. Ollie's, if you can find them for $5.99, maybe. You know, if you always wanted an Iguanus like I did, it's nice to have one. If you can find the original, you're going to pay a lot more for it. But anyway, the reissues are just kind of a convenient way to get them inexpensively, relatively. But yeah, would I recommend this guy to just anybody? Not really. It's just not there. I don't even feel like transforming him back, and I usually do. I just kind of like leave him like this. But sorry to be on such a down note about it. I just really was hoping for a lot better from the figure because I expected a lot better with Pterosaur because he's a fantastic. The reissue of Pterosaur is fantastic. I love this figure. He's got nice tight joints. The plastic feels better. I had kind of hoped that Iguanus was going to be the same way, but alas, he is not. Pterosaur, terrorize. Like the jaw on this guy holds and stuff, you know, like it's really good. It's really well done. This guy's jaw won't even stay in place. It's just a floppity, flippity, flappity mess. But whatever. Yep, buy it, don't buy it. Whatever you feel. Yep, there you go. All right, well, thanks for watching. You know all the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Maybe the next video will be a little bit more positive. Let's hope so. Talk to you later. Monster Forge out.